Good morning. Hello. Halfway through the week. How are you all doing today? So, yesterday we finished the custom responses assessment. So, next up will be passing state into route handlers. So, something about that. Now there's a couple there's a couple state things that I'm thinking about. So I could jump into that, or I could create a template maybe for the assessments, which might be a better idea. Yes, we have a whole bunch of assessments in here. I wonder if I want to create like a template README in this folder, and then also I should probably put the a copy of the script in this folder too that we can then use. So let's copy. The most recent one was the custom responses. All right, so what do I generally want in here? Basically, we want a title, we want some kind of description, uh, or maybe introduction to. Pika, hello. How are you doing today? I like how I've changed from a playwright person to now I'm an Axum person. Your fingers are oxidizing and your face is tingly. Oh, yeah. Don't directly touch peroxide. You've been so did you get your hands on the appropriately strength peroxide? Are you creating your toothpaste? Oh, it came last night. Oh. Well, good luck. Also, be safe, please. I don't want this to be the last time that you show up on stream. Oh, the packaging got messed up and ended up getting on my head. Yeah, so I use food grade peroxide for a specific cleaning task for cleaning some like dental things and and then you touch your face before washing your hands. Yeah, that it's a good idea to always wash our faces. With food grade, we don't really have to worry that much about it. It's not gonna like make our faces feel tingly, but yeah, it can. Some of that stuff can be rough. Well, hopefully everything's going to be okay, and the rest of it is good, and you can use it for what you want to do. All right. So if I do introduction to the assessment, but okay, so this would be like a brief introduction, like a statement to what that is, and why this Assessment is important. Probably want like how to run or maybe instructions. Okay, so uh clone and check out the assessment to your local system or use a VM. Oh, I almost got it. There's one of those little hovering. Yeah, I got that one. One of those little hovering flies that just decided to hang out here. It took 2 tries. At least your fingers are disinfected now. I mean, yes. If I remember correctly, they also dry everything out. So you might want to I don't know if that's true or not, but that feels right to me. I'm not sure you need to treat anything. I am not a chemist, so I can't tell you the appropriate things. Clone, check out the assessment to your local file system or use a VM like code spaces. Okay, yeah. So since it oxidizes stuff, it will dry them out. Yeah, and then so if it dries out too much, that would obviously is not good for us. So take care there. I don't know if you have to wait until everything's gone though. Tigger Gallus, hello. I'll let Pika explain. Um, it's going pretty well. Today is Wednesday, so it's a little bit of shorter stream today, but at least, hey, I'm getting up early enough that I can stream a little bit at least. Yeah, no, I think it's interesting because I stream early enough that almost like very few people from the States can watch. And then I think it's late enough that it's like in an awkward time for pretty much everybody. So like the fact that any of you show up is awesome. And thank you so much. So Western Australia, so it's 8 p.m. for you. Yeah. So I mean to me that feels like an awkward time because like 8 p.m. is usually when it's like, okay, gotta start thinking about bed. Especially since I wake up so early. So it's usually not a time that I can like go off and watch things. So I appreciate it that you all show up. Oh, you tend to watch Twitch before bed to wind down. Nice. Sometimes the people that I would watch aren't the type that would wind me down, at least at night. So at night here, the people that I see still streaming around 8 p.m. my time Like sometimes Doug is on. That's not something that's gonna wind me down. I get too interested in like any of his, especially if he's doing coding adventure type things. Although sometimes I see some people that I know for uh sometimes I see people I know who are streaming and jumping on like oh, Chad comes on every once in a while. I jump on his Doug for bed. That it's one of the memes of his community is that so many of his viewers like put it on and say like I'm trying to sleep. It I pretty much only watch the VODs though, so I never get to see it live. He is something. It's a fun idea, and there's quite a few things that I really want to try based upon like what he's doing, especially with like the controlling system. Like I want to experiment with like doing high quality programming for some of the like Twitch plays type stuff because I know that he uses Python. He does a lot of interesting things, but he also has to make a lot of uh suboptimal choices for like choosing what kind of commands are coming in because he's got too many viewers. So I wonder, it's like, okay, is that something that like maybe Rust could handle better? Could we like actually look at every command that comes in and like do something about that or handle it in some way? It'd be interesting. I need a lot more people coming in to actually test that though. Hey, but maybe if we do and I have enough people, then I can reach out and we can like challenge him to a Twitch plays game or something. Okay. Clone and check out the assessment to your local system or use a VM like get up code spaces. So then once we have this checked out, I want you to run the test probably first. So probably no review. read this, read me. Read this. Read me. See what we are. Yeah, read the objectives maybe. Read the objectives and rubric. See what you need to do or what needs to be done. What do you need to do? All right, so it's recommended to run the test before coding uh, to see what. Well, I don't know if I need to say that. Okay, read the objectives and see what you need to do to pass the coding. I mean, once it's down, really, um, I don't, I don't know if there's anything more, more to do that. Maybe it's part of like turning it in. So when you're finished, so what I haven't done is I haven't put in like how to turn this in because I haven't figured that out quite yet. I have some ideas. So the first version of like the course is going to be a live course or semi-live course, sort of like kind of flipped classroom, and it's gonna be probably 5 people max, and then we're gonna use Discord. So I'm probably just gonna have a channel on Discord where it's like, okay, as you finish each of these assessments, go ahead and send a link to me in Discord or something like that. Not gonna have like any kind of grading watch stuff, which I want to integrate into the LMS itself, but that's not necessary for MVP. Uh, so I'm gonna leave that out right now. We'll probably have instructions for turning this in at the end. But okay, instructions are we need to pass assessment. So okay, so let's do objectives. This assessment is checking the following skills. Oh, come on. That just goes right there? Oh, that's weird. Okay. This assessment is checking the following skills. And then there is the actual like instructions for. I probably want objectives up top, don't I? Okay, so assessment, we go to objectives. Okay, so instructions, read the objectives and the rubric, see. So there might be specific files that you need to edit. So read through the objectives. I guess like open code in an editor and review what it looks like. Some assessment. What am I building? So the overarching thing is I'm building a course for Axum, and what I want to do is I want to create assessments for this go around. So previous courses have just been videos that you do. I do a project. I have some things due, but it's not really like there's no really like homework to say. I don't really like homework. I don't really like homework. Homework is the wrong term for this. There's no tests in there to like help anybody determine are you did it work? Like did you actually get what you wanted out of the lessons? And so but before I even write the lessons, I want to write the assessments. And so these assessments are basically, I mean, think of them as tests from school, and they're testing to make sure that certain skills that you've attempted to learn have actually been learned. It's also attempting to test something called transfer, which is getting into education theory, which is just, I mean, to me, this is a fun topic. For most people, I would imagine that it's maybe not not quite so fun. But um, transfer isn't transferring knowledge from like instructor to student. That's not what transfer is. Transfer in this case is the ability to transfer knowledge from one domain to another, or what? No, not domain. One context to another. So if you learn about, let's say, how to create a router in Axum, and then like, but it's all in like the main file, and then later on you get hired as a job, and your boss says, okay, I want you to create a router in Axum, but we want it to be a really good architecture, so we can't put anything into main. I want you to put the router into its own router file. That's going to be a slightly different context to run the router, right? It's like the same skills, but just like slightly different context. And in some cases, you can think that you've learned something, but then you face with something that's like the same skills, but slightly different. And it can cause us to just freeze. And that's when we know, oh, we didn't learn it. We didn't really learn it. We don't have a good understanding of it. Now, this isn't going to be perfect, obviously. I think that if I were to give like accolades to like which online course system I think gives the best transfer testing, I think that would be Khan Academy. They do that entire thing where they have like multiple assessments for every single skill. And then if you pass them like 5 times, you get to move on to like the next level. That's really good. Uh, I'm gonna have one, so it's really like, okay, did you do it once? Okay, great. You know what you're doing, which is, it's not great. It's better than nothing. I'm hoping that over time I can get more of these. But I also have to respect any learner's times. Because, like, I can say, here, spend the next 40 hours working on router. And it's like, well, is that really how you want to spend your time? You're probably just going to abandon this if I don't actually give you something fun. Open code and review what it looks like. You will most likely only need to change a few files to make the assessment pass. Please check okay, so maybe I should put in something like since we are since the assessment is only testing for the skills listed above, we some of the application has already been created. All you need to do is update code. All you need to do is update the code so that the test pass. Comments been added to the code so that to give hints or to give not really hints, to give guidance as to which files need to be updated. Some files may need to be created. Okay, let's do rubric. So Okay, to pass assessment, the following needs to be done. We need okay, so basically, uh, so task, task, task. Let's say that there's three of those, and then check.sh script is passing. Maybe in the instructions we can do. Okay, the check.sh script will run the test and check the code for linting and code formatting warnings. To pass, you must have um, a check.sh script. Okay, so it creates check.out. Okay, so to pass assignment, the following needs to be done. Okay, so we do that. We run check. That's good. Is there anything else that I care about in here? I'm not sure. Oh, maybe to run the tests. Okay. So if I do that, we have a rubric, and then I mean I think that might be it. If I need to add anything else, I'll add them in. Okay, so we got a little bit of time before I have to end. I have to end in around 15 minutes. So as I mentioned yesterday, short streams on Wednesdays since I have to go into work. But okay, so let's do this. I think we had a new version of Rust, right? So we'll do a cargo new. What is this going to be? Passing state into route handlers. So state, I'm not really a big fan of using like a mutable state that like one route handler can change and make updates to. I really like generally like to use something like through things like database and config things into a state, which are they all implement send and sync just by being static stuff. Or static is the wrong word, but being like normal things, right? Like strings, numbers, things like that. But if I want to make something mutable and I want like one thing to mutate it and have that change, then we need to know to wrap it inside of an arc, and then it can be useful. And while I would love to just say don't do that, use like create a new extension live if you need that. I, I think that I need to show this because that's just like I see it so often as people saying like I need to know how to do this. I need to know how to do this. So I feel I need to teach it. But on the other side, I think it's two things, right? It's like, okay, I want just how to use a state. Can I do two states? This almost feels like maybe I want to do two assessments. One assessment would be to add a state, and one assessment would be to make a state work by wrapping it in arc. Like it'll be just completely broken. The thing's not working. Oh no, that was the music changing. The little symbol of the music, it like makes it look like it's a broken network connection, but no, that was just song changing. We only have 7 days left to that too, maybe less, because the entire service is shutting down on the 19th. Um, okay, so I might want to come back. Okay, so let's create two of these. So I think one will be um, creating state, or maybe like just using state, simple state. And then maybe we want another one, which is arc state. I feel like I should be able to come up with a pun for state, Axum, and arc. But I can't think of anything. And this one feels more like a okay, I set something up and then it's broken. So maybe fixing mutable state. maybe mutable. We'll just call this mutable state. We won't be working on this one right away. I want to wait until a little bit later. I mean, I could do it now too, and just like set up a database. But I don't need to do a database. I need to think about like an actual real reason that I would ever want to do this. The real Enrico Palazzo, hello. How are you doing today? So simple state would be good. That would be creating a new state. We could probably do that right now. Okay, you're trudging along Axum course on YouTube, solving bits by bits. Awesome. Well, hopefully everything's working well for that. We we're working on a new version of Axum course right now. So it's now is the perfect time. If you have any questions, I'll be happy to answer. Do you have a recommendation for set the settings in VS Code to always show the import code? Can you tell me what you mean more? I'm not sure what you mean by always show the import code. So a lot of times it's hidden for some reason. Are you talking about like the use statement that gets created? Oh, huh. I wonder. Oh, you know what I'm probably doing? I was using because I have Rust Analyzer and because I have VS Code, it's using that together to auto create the use statement for me. But if I'm scrolled down and I auto create that and I don't scroll back up to say, "Hey, look, it auto created this line here or it auto appended this to the other use statement." You're never going to see that. That's a really 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 good point. It's not being scrolled down? Huh. Is auto hiding it even with 5 lines? I don't remember that happening. That's strange. Is it like code folding it? Yeah, yeah. If you could find like a YouTube video thing for me to see, then I can like look out for that in the future. I'll put like a sticky note on my monitor to like do not do this. Maybe not do not because negatives are not helpful. It'd be more of uh like show the use statement or something like that whenever you go into it. I'm gonna be trying things slightly differently with this one. I'm gonna be creating articles that I write first, and then creating a YouTube video with that. So you have both to look through. Which then the article should have, okay, we're gonna add the YouTube, we're gonna add this. It's gonna be more of a step-by-step guide. Similar to what we see in some of the blogs. Um okay, so simple state, we have a config object. I might want to have like a database thing. That's like the number one reason to use uh, a state in my opinion is like config and that. Okay, so let's take a look at this. Do you have a is there okay, you do have that timestamp 334. All right, so we have all of this. We only have 7 lines. All right, so it's gonna bring in JSON. Oh, I see what happened. That is so weird. It like look how much room there is in the editor, and VS Code decided to scroll down and do the use statement above that. Like what? Why would it do that? Yeah, no, I don't think that's something I'm noticing at all. I That's probably the point. Oh, that's probably the point. You think that's something with Rust Analyzer? Let's try that with Helix. I'm really curious now. Let's do like a testing Rust testing use imports. Let's do exactly what we have here. So we have this is just bringing in. So we can do Axum. Let's bring in Serde. Okay, so even if I just do something on main here, let's add in something up here. We'll do a destruct my thing. We had a derive. I just want to drive serialize. Okay, I need to save it at least once to have it actually import all these things. Okay. Now that one brings it in automatically. Import. Okay, so can I... Okay. I am returning something with JSON, right? So it's not doing it here. I I literally don't think I can. I can't scroll down. I can't scroll down any further. But in VS Code, I can. So open up VS Code and take a look here. Let's try it again. It's been forever since I've opened VS Code on this profile. Hey, I thought I got rid of you. Okay. I must have saved. Oh, I saved it at this point. Okay. So, yeah, look at this. I can scroll down. Okay, so if I start there, stop it. Look at that. Yeah. Now, pulling in serialize and deserialize did not do the thing. But when I pulled in JSON from Axum, did you see the numbers change? This is line 2 now. There must be something in there for that. scroll down. Always scroll a new cell. Automatically scroll the interactive window to show the output of the last statement executed. If well, okay, this makes me think it's trying to do it, but maybe that's only if it's down below. Do you know if it's like called scroll down? No, it's not scroll down. Do any of you know what the setting would be? There's no scroll in Rust Analyzer. It feels like that was a setting. It was already on. It was already on. So if that's the case, then Rust Analyzer is ignoring the setting and doing shenanigans to make it work. So you want me to turn it? Yeah, let's try turn it off. So always scroll and use call. Okay, let's come back to this. Let's go down to here. So I have okay. So if I pull you in again, that might not be the right. Okay, so let's pull in you because I had you in pulled in, and then I started typing this out. JSON, it still did it. It still did it. So that didn't change anything. I'm not exactly sure what to do there in that case. Helix is much better. Helix doesn't have the problem because I don't think you're allowed to like scroll down like this. So maybe the answer is just use Helix. Although that will confuse some people. I might want to use VS Code for that and then just remember, oh, let's scroll up and take a look at what it did. So that sucks. Thank you for letting me know about that. It just sucks that that's what's happening and I wasn't really noticing it or thinking about it really. Anshul, hello. Helix does hang for a couple seconds for you when Rust Analyzer hiccups. Oh yeah, Helix does do that for me too. It also happens in VS codes. That's not something I necessarily blame Helix for because it seems to happen everywhere. That might be like a Rust Analyzer taking up the main thread. Gotten used to the fix to check finished code or skip ahead to safety check. I know, but it still sucks. So sorry about that. But at the same time, we should keep in mind for in the future. Oh, I remember now. Read me. Let's add in instructions. Something about a solution. So there is um, a solution for this. Okay, there. Just want to add that in. You like using Helix, but you're waiting for a couple of PRs on it to be merged, such as file tree and ability to hide intrusive diagnostic. The file tree is huge. I can't wait until a file tree exists. Until then, I feel I need to use like multiple different tools together at the same time. Like sometimes I use Ranger and Helix together, which goes back and forth on whether I'm not was I not in pass it pass it. Let's do that. I go back and forth. Is my editor go editor? Okay, so that's Helix. So if I use Ranger like this, we could then see, okay, I want to go in and look at you. Let's go take a look at main. And if I jump into that, unfortunately, even though my editor is set to Helix, Ranger doesn't care and then just goes ahead and opens it in VS Code anyways, which is not what I want it to do. So that sucks. So I would really like basically this inside of Helix. That would be amazing. Temporis, hello. How are you doing today? Um, that also being said, for everybody, I have to take off. It was gonna be a shorter stream today. Because I have to head into work and I have an early meeting that I need to be at, and it takes me a while to get into work. So I want to make sure that I'm there in plenty of time to get ready for that. Tomorrow I'll be here for the normal long period of time. So normally I stream 6 a.m. Mountain Time till around 8:45 Mountain Time. Today obviously I have to stop at like 6 a.m. to 6:45 is usually when I go. But we can do a quick raid. Um, Moali is streaming, working with Rust and Envim, Rust and Neovim, working with floating screens, it looks like. In case something happens, I'm no longer able to do work. Although it looks like he's chatting about AWS stuff right now too. AWS is fun. Let's go ahead and set up a raid for that. Raid there. All right. I don't think there's anything else for me to say. I'll be back tomorrow. Um, I don't know why. Probably because I don't really know enough about it, so therefore I can't really talk about it and keep things interesting. Maybe sometime. Maybe sometime. So with that, everybody have a great rest of your Wednesday. And Oh, it's an ADBS competitor. Probably because I just don't know it. I know the three big ones. I don't know too many. Like I know some of the other ones, but I've never tried them. So that's why I don't ever really talk about it. Anyways, have a great rest of your day, and I shall see you all next time. Bye.